Hi, I'm Alan R. This is Motor Matters, your favorite channel that I bet you've already subscribed to, that brings you everything in cars, in motoring in South Africa. The newest, the latest, the greatest, and the best. Toyota. This is the reigning SA Car of the Year 2022. But before we tell you too much about the car, let's tell you about Change Cars. We're proudly associated with Change Cars, the website that only lists cars from franchise dealers. So that gives you peace of mind with who you're dealing with. And they are even further associated with Discovery Insure, another company you know you can go to for your insurance and get all your benefits you want. So if you want a Corolla Cross, check out Change Cars. Talking Corolla Cross, William, Leadfoot.
Alan!
Why am I calling you William? Leadfoot.
I like the colour.
Nice. You know what? This is not just a normal Corolla Cross, is it? It's a GR Sport.
How do you know it's a GR Sport? Because it doesn't have any GR badging on the front.
No, it doesn't. But it's red.
What is Toyota thinking?
It's red.
Where's their GR badging?
So it's already...
they should have a badge here.
There should be a little badge there. No, it's not a GR, it's a GR Sport. But what it does have is the blacked out boulder grille.
Yes.
Okay, which is not standard on the other Corolla Crosses. And it has the black little lip spoiler at the front.
Yes.
To tell you it's a GR, okay?
Yes.
So those are the clues if you really look carefully.
Right.
Beyond that, I mean, look at these massive daytime running lights across there. You've got LED projection headlights. You've got, there's the GR badge. There you go.
And you've got the different alloys.
Black alloys, 18-inch, okay? So they look the part, don't they?
Well, yes.
Yeah,
I'm not
I
a fan
think so.
of black alloys, but there you go.
But the GR badge is there. Beyond that now, this is where you've got to understand, this is essentially a body kit.
Yes.
Okay, so you've got that different grille as I mentioned.
Yes.
And the front over there.
Yes.
You've got the black alloys.
Yes. You've got the wheel arches.
You've got the wheel arches. Well, that's standard. That's standard.
Yeah.
The wheel arches and the cladding along the bottom of the doors is completely standard.
Yeah.
You've got the black roof rail instead of, I think, a silver one.
Yeah.
So it's little clues like that that tell you it's the GR. Okay, and they're little clues, but they're there. Let's just
unlock
when the car unlocks for me, and unlock the back door. Just bring the camera to the back over here quickly. Let's have a look.
It's nice and big in here, isn't it? Let me just show you.
It is spacious.
How much space I've got.
Yeah, I mean, the driver's seat set for me.
And the way that the roof slopes back, I've got tons of headroom here.
Good headroom, good legroom in the back.
There's a lot of space in the back.
There's an aircon vent in the center there. And how many USBs are down there? I can't see your knees on the way.
There are two.
Two USBs for the back seat.
USB-Cs, yeah.
Okay, so there you go. Catering for the family. That's the point.
And it's a very, very comfortable space to be in, I have to say. You know,
okay,
again,
while we're showing, note the leather trim with red stitching.
Mandatory on anything
on anything that has
you'll notice I'm wearing my red top for today.
Yeah.
Again, you can't adjust the
backrest.
At the back.
Okay,
but
right.
Okay.
Let's go around the back. Now, interesting.
Open the big boot.
Wait, before we get there, there's something very interesting I'm seeing. The badge on the fender said GR. Just come around here. This one says GR Sport. Note the difference.
So I'm not saying a thing about the GR Sport, GR, whatever.
But it's tiny bit of an identity crisis going on here.
Yeah, no, it's
okay. Manual rear hatch. All right.
At the pricing point, we can't argue with
Not going to complain, but just mentioning. Lovely big boot. All right.
Also slightly raised lip, so
marginally raised, but not seriously so.
What is that going to tell us we're expecting underneath there? A full-size spare? What a bit of disappointment.
No, it's not.
It's a Mari
biscuit spare. As you say, considering the fact that there is a bit of a raise on the boot.
I suspect that what's happened is that this car doesn't come with a spare wheel as standard. It comes with one of those kits in other markets.
Maybe.
And maybe this one has just been
added locally or something.
For local.
Yeah. But look, it's not bad.
It's not terrible.
And this is a pretty good boot. Interesting, you know, now with all hatchback or SUV type cars, the low lip, as I call it.
It's big.
Well, this is a little one. I mean, some of them have this big lip that you've got to go over, and some have completely flat.
There are a lot worse.
They are much worse than this.
I like the fact that they've included optional
Couple of tie-down hooks.
tie-down hooks. Exactly. Yeah.
So and at the back there too.
Yes,
no,
correct.
Yeah.
And of course you've got your
You can fold 2/3,
60-40
1/3. I mean,
split,
that's
yeah.
that's standard. So the fact that this lip is like really not serious compared to many competitors.
Yeah, no, agreed.
Right. So there you go. Very
I
straightforward. Look, this is a C segment crossover SUV, but as Toyota said at the launch, oops, it didn't. Give it a bit of a thunk to close. At B segment pricing. Looks very neat from the back as well. I think they've done something on the GR1 on this back as well. I'm not quite sure. It looks with a blacked out effect, etc.
Yeah, I think this has been added.
Yeah. Okay, let's jump in, have a look. Well, on the road in the Corolla Cross now. And the 103 kilowatts, 172 Newton meters should be adequate for a car of this type, a crossover SUV.
I'm still terrified.
Of what?
You're driving.
Because I don't trust you. Haven't you got that right yet?
No, I'm terrified of the way you drive. So, 103 kilowatts is probably about 102 kilowatts too many for you, Al. But it's sufficient in this car.
It is. It's more than enough, and it's market competitive.
Normally aspirated 1.8 litre motor.
Correct.
And I like those, even though it doesn't feel quite as punchy as maybe the GR Sport logo indicates it might be.
That's where you've got the GR hierarchy.
Yes.
The Sport is the bottom rung. It's essentially bodywork and trim.
Yes.
Like all the red all over the place. Just to tell you, exactly.
And GR badges. In fact, it doesn't have as many badges as the Bucky did. Remember, the Bucky had badges everywhere.
Yeah, because the Bucky was one step up in the hierarchy. Because remember, the Bucky had engine upgrades.
It had an extra 15 kilowatt, 10%.
10% exactly.
Which this doesn't have.
No.
But would probably benefit from.
I'm sure it would be nice with a bit extra.
Yeah.
But now we're going to get to, here we go with a bit of uphill, the bugbear. There's the bugbear, listen to it. It is screaming.
Yeah, no,
it really is, and that's where
that's CVT. Yeah.
It's CVT generally, especially slightly, can I call it older generation CVT?
Entry level CVT. Yeah.
No, I don't want to use that term, but
that's what it is.
Yeah.
But solid. I mean, the car is
listen, it is a Toyota, and it stays a Toyota, and it always will be a Toyota.
That's exactly
which means everything you expect from a Toyota.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I mean,
and it delivers it in.
Everything here is gonna last forever.
It's solid. It's done. It's all the rest. Okay, here we go. Let's just see what we're going to do on the turning circle here. Unfortunately, somebody's dumped a log over there that has kind of just impeded slightly on my turning here.
It's cramped your style.
It has
that
indeed.
Beeping in reverse is an irritation.
Yeah. But
that's
you've got
for trucks. This is not a truck.
Okay, but I mean,
built like a truck,
you've got the nice reverse camera there. You saw it.
Yeah. And this bolt-on sort of entertainment display type thing.
Slapped on or whatever term you want.
Look, I mean, it's obviously built to a price. You know, it's in a very competitive segment.
They've done something amazing with the price on this particular car. They really have.
They've built a wonderful car, and you're seeing a lot of them on the roads.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's no surprise.
Yeah.
That's no surprise.
Look, it didn't win SA Car of the Year 2022 for nothing either. Don't forget that fact.
Exactly.
It really was an incredibly deserved. There's been controversy sometimes with the Car of the Year. That was a total deserving winner from beginning to end.
There was no doubt about it.
Yeah.
There was no doubt about it.
And let me tell you that the price was the final clincher for it winning Car of the Year. The value for money proposition definitely was a clinching factor.
Well, they've had to bring it on, and they've done exactly that.
Listen, it's just exactly what you expect from Toyota.
Yeah.
In every respect, including the pricing, the way they've done it, the marketing, etc.
Yeah.
So well done there. Okay, we're going to check it out inside and out in a few moments. Jumping in behind the wheel. Exactly the same instrumentation, screen, everything as a standard Corolla Cross.
But red trim.
Red trim. red
stitching.
red stitching on the steering wheel, on the
Red
gear
stitching.
shifter.
And a surprising lack of GR other than there on the stop-start
On the stop-start button, I haven't noticed anything.
Subtle impressions in the headrest.
On the headrest, you're
but
right.
They're not stitched in. They're
No,
just impressed in. But that's okay.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's a bog standard Cross
It is completely
interior.
standard. Okay, one or two things I want to point out. You've got a lane departure system,
Yes.
which works fine. You've got front parking beepers. You've got the reverse camera, for example, with guidelines, etc. You've got everything which goes ping pong every time you put it in reverse, so we will switch it out straight away. Oh, something that is interesting
I was wondering when you were going to get to that.
is, can you kind of show my leg here?
That's the handbrake.
Parking. No, it's not a handbrake. It's a parking brake.
The parking brake from the
Yes.
1970s.
The foot-operated parking brake that we struggled to find for a while and eventually found. I mean, a la Lexus. Funnily enough, a lot of the older Lexus models had it. Why they've kept it, I really don't know. But anyway, it's there. Okay, that's how you use it, and that's the end of the story. You've got, of course, you can turn off the traction control, but I don't know what anybody who would actually want to do it in this car.
Yeah, look, I mean, the functionality of this.
The other thing is, I've got to point out that your little thing for your phone here, it doesn't have charging or anything like that, but it doesn't fit a phone.
And it's rubberized. I actually got mine in there because it's rubberized. It didn't slide around too
No,
much.
it didn't, but it doesn't quite fit. But
yeah.
I mean, I'm being very picky.
But
and a single USB for the front, which is quite
as I say,
unusual nowadays.
for the car, the interior here is functional.
Absolutely.
We can't say it's luxuriously overspec'd.
Yeah.
But it's got everything that you.
It's got everything you need.
To
Now,
to be
let's
using.
get to the point. The crux of the matter is this car's priced at $453.
Yeah.
All right, as is.
Yeah.
So it's about 15 more than the XR
Yes.
spec.
Yes.
And you're getting cosmetics for that. Okay,
Yes.
you're not getting anything else. But you know what? It does look, it stands out as opposed to all the other Corolla Crosses that they're selling. There's no doubt. Until they sell 1 million GR versions.
Well, there you go.
So I think I would probably, if I was buying at this point, I would probably be prepared to pay the extra for the GR.
Would you?
Yes.
We disagree.
Okay, well, good.
For a change, I actually wouldn't spend the extra money.
No, I would be prepared to.
I would keep it in my bank account because, you know, the cosmetics for me are not as important to me as the functionality of the
No,
vehicle.
I'll tell you what more important why
But-
why I'd pay the extra money.
Convince me.
Is actually the slightly better handling with the steering and the suspension. It does make a bit of a difference, and I've driven the normal one, and I like that extra little raughtiness from the exhaust, quite honestly.
Okay, well, you
So-
can have your 15 grand for that.
I would have that.
I wouldn't be buying a Cross for that particular performance.
Yeah, but it
side
just
of things.
adds to it.
I get
And
that.
the other thing is that, considering how incredibly well priced this car is, 15 grand's not going to break the bank.
Well, that's also true.
So that's the thing. Now,
Now,
in our podcast, we discussed it. There are 5 million competitors at this price.
correct.
How Toyota are doing it, we can't quite, nobody has worked out yet, because they have said to the Chinese brands who are going mad in the market at the moment,
Yeah,
we are going to hit you head to head
yeah,
with a Toyota.
exactly.
And that is probably the biggest USP of this car.
Correct.
It really is. We
Correct.
are matching you with a Toyota.
Correct.
And in South Africa, everybody knows what the name Toyota means.
Well, you know, they're 30% market share for good reason.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
across the board.
100%.
But
You had
it's-
to use Cross, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah. And you didn't even realize you were doing it.
Because it wasn't intended.
I know.
But yes, and the Toyota badge, as always, counts for something. The fact that they're selling these things by the fistful tells you they're onto a winner. So, you know,
Yeah, it's got everything that you expect from a Toyota. The only thing is, and I'm going to say, I want a GR hybrid.
I like the fact that there's competition, that the
That's
Chinese
what I
are
want.
keeping Toyota honest. I love the fact that Toyota are responding to it. It's good for the consumer because our car pricing.
But I
at
still
the
want a
moment is
GR
high.
hybrid.
We'll get to hybrids now.
Yeah.
But what I'm enjoying about the car is that I think overall it's a compelling package for the consumer, and it's got to be on everybody's shortlist.
Without
It's
a
got to
doubt.
be on everybody's shortlist.
And I repeat, I want a GR hybrid, please.
I think he wants a hybrid. Are you making notes there, Toyota?
On that point, for Motor Matters, here's William Ledford Kelly. I'm Eleanor. Check these out on changecars.co.za.
You almost forgot that, didn't you?
We'll see you next time.